I'm going to be assembling a fridge freezer unit using the Appliance shelf pack and end panel from the Cooke & Lewis range. It is always advisable to assemble your unit on a piece of cardboard. This protects the side panel and the front edge of the unit when you're moving it around. Please read the assembly guide because there is a lot of information on here that will be helpful when assembling your unit. On the front of the assembly guide, it tells you what panels you have in the box, what hardware is required, and the minimum tools required to get the job done. Taking my panels out of the box, I'm going to lay my end panels down so I have a right and a left end panel. There are back panels included in this unit, but as you're putting a fridge freezer in it, you don't need these. So I'll put them to one side. Included in this pack are two 8mm packers. You can use these if required to move your fridge freezer up to the required height. When assembling this unit, you're not going to be requiring the shelves or the middle fixed shelf. First thing I'm going to do is fix my back rail into my panel here. As with all Cooke & Lewis units, the fixings have been pre-inserted. Put the second rail in, tighten it up. I then take my top panel and fix it into my ends. Like so. Tightening the cam as I go. And I take my base panel and fix that in as well. And again, tightening the cams. At this stage, you may require assistance to lift the second end panel into position. Now, once you've got your panel nearly into position, make sure all the fittings have been engaged and then tighten the cams up. Before I stand my unit up, I'm going to fix my feet to it. Before we stand the unit up, we have to put the feet on. Once the leg boss has been inserted into the holes and you fitted the 3 screws required, when you actually fit your leg into the leg boss, this lug here expands this plastic, locking the leg securely into position. You insert your leg, making sure that the edge here is parallel to this edge here. Then drilling a hole. 1, 2, 3. You then insert the 3 15mm screws. Don't over tighten them. You take your leg, which has been preset on a stop to 150mm, which is the height of your plinth. Make sure it's screwed down to that stop like that. And then when you insert your leg into the hole, this lug will expand that plastic, as I said, keeping it very secure. And then tapping it down gently, making sure that it's secure. The plinth clip consists of 2 parts. This part is screwed to your plinth when ready, and then you slide this part on like that. It is recommended that you put the clip onto your leg for safekeeping. When you stand this unit up, it is best to have 2 people because it is very heavy. If you're fitting an integrated fridge freezer into this unit, you can either use a 50-50 set of doors for the carcass or a 60-40 set of doors, depending on the type of fridge freezer you have purchased. When you put your 50-50 fridge freezer into your unit, if you find that it doesn't match up with the doors on your carcass, it may be necessary for you to raise the fridge freezer up. And to do that, we have put in some packing pieces, and you can also use the unused shelves in your pack. Slide them in, and that will bring your unit to the right height. It may be necessary for you to use more packing than I've shown here, or less packing. If your fridge freezer doesn't come to the top of your unit, it may be necessary for you to put a shelf in above the fridge freezer, being you sell a filler panel that could come down to the top of the fridge freezer.